The Four Seasons Grand Ballroom glittered with wealth and pretension as I glanced at my deliberately outdated iPhone, actually a custom-built quantum device disguised as an old model. My father's 60th birthday celebration was in full swing. The elite of Wall Street gathered to celebrate William Chen while quietly mocking his unsuccessful youngest son. "Look at Daniel's phone," my sister Jennifer stage whispered to her hedge fund manager husband. "Still using that ancient iPhone 8. Can't even afford an upgrade." If they only knew this ancient phone controlled Quantum Capital's trading algorithms, the same algorithms that had quietly accumulated controlling stakes in most of Wall Street's major firms. But that was the beauty of being underestimated. People reveal their true nature when they think you're behind the times. "At least try to look successful," my stepmother Victoria hissed as she passed. "These are important people in finance. Important people whose companies I secretly owned." Quantum Capital had spent 5 years methodically acquiring positions in every major financial institution, though we'd kept our ownership structure deliberately hidden through a maze of shell companies. My phone buzzed silently, a message from my chief operating officer Rachel Zhang. SEC filings complete. Portfolio valuation confirmed at $8.9 billion. Ready for the trigger. Through the floor-to-ceiling windows, Manhattan's skyline sparkled with possibility. Each gleaming tower housed trading floors that depended on Quantum Capital's hidden algorithms, though they thought they were independent powers in the financial world. "Remember when Daniel said he was starting an investment firm?" Jennifer laughed to her audience. "Dad offered him a trader position at Chin Financial, and he chose to play with his computer instead." The irony was delicious. Chin Financial actually executed trades through one of Quantum Capital's subsidiaries. They just didn't realize their reliable trading platform was controlled by the son they mocked for his old phone. "Mr. Chin," a voice whispered. "Alex Torres, my head of strategy disguised as a waiter. Goldman's trading desk is asking about the mysterious block trades." I nodded slightly, watching another wave of Wall Street elite enter. Each of them would soon discover that their firm's major shareholder had been quietly observing from behind an old iPhone, letting them play at power while actually controlling the market. "Still using free trading apps?" My brother Michael smirked, adjusting his Patek Philippe. "When you're ready for real finance, I might have a junior analyst position." The free trading apps were actually front-end interfaces for Quantum Capital's sophisticated trading systems. While they flaunted their expensive watches, I'd built technology that made their trading platforms look prehistoric. My phone lit up again, this time from our legal team. "All ownership transfers prepared. Ready for 9 p.m. execution." I checked my outdated phone again, watching my family bask in their imagined importance. In 2 hours they would learn that while they were busy mocking my technology, I'd built the most sophisticated financial empire in history. "Daniel," Victoria sighed with theatrical concern, "your father's friends keep asking what you do." "It's embarrassing." "What I do?" I silently controlled 30% of daily trading volume on Wall Street, owned significant stakes in every major bank, and was about to reveal myself as the most powerful force in finance. But they'd learn that soon enough. My phone buzzed again. "Bloomberg exclusive ready. Quantum Capital emerges, the hidden giant of Wall Street." Through the ballroom's windows I could see Times Square's massive screens being tested. At exactly 9 p.m., they would display Quantum Capital's logo and my net worth to the world. The same logo Michael had called basic when I'd shown him my business plan 5 years ago. "Mr. Chen," Alex whispered as he passed with champagne, "JP Morgan CEO requesting urgent meeting with Quantum's owner regarding the trading patterns." The patterns they couldn't explain, not realizing their entire trading infrastructure was built on my technology. The beauty of true power is letting others think they're in control while quietly owning the game. "Ladies and gentlemen," Michael's voice boomed through the sound system. "In 1 hour, Chin Financial will announce the most significant trading platform merger in Wall Street history." I continued tapping on my old iPhone, suppressing a smile. In exactly 60 minutes, a very different kind of announcement would crash their celebration. Around me, financial titans gathered in anticipation, none of them realizing that the most powerful person in the room was the guy with the outdated phone. "Can't even get your screen fixed?" Jennifer smirked, pointing at the deliberately cracked display. "I suppose that's what happens when you waste time on algorithmic trading." The cracked screen was actually a sophisticated quantum display, showing real-time data from Quantum Capital's global trading operations. But that was part of the carefully crafted deception. While they focused on appearances, I'd been quietly revolutionizing financial technology. "Daniel," Victoria called out sharply, "put that embarrassing phone away. The Morgan Stanley executives are arriving." The executives whose trading systems were secretly powered by Quantum Capital's technology. I designed their entire infrastructure, approved their strategies, and controlled their futures, all while they thought they were independent powers in finance. "Mr. Chen," Alex whispered as he passed, "BlackRock systems are showing unusual patterns. They're trying to trace the source." I nodded slightly, continuing to work on my phone. The patterns were actually Quantum Capital's algorithms preparing for tonight's revelation. Sometimes the best trades are made by the person everyone thinks can't afford a new phone. Until revelation. Through the windows I could see news vans gathering outside the Four Seasons. They thought they were here for Chen Financial's announcement. Instead, they'd witnessed the emergence of Wall Street's most powerful hidden force. "Remember when Daniel tried to explain his trading algorithms?" Michael laughed to a group of bankers. "Dad said it sounded like science fiction." Science fiction that had revolutionized global finance and quietly gained control of half of Wall Street's trading volume. While they mocked my primitive technology, I'd been orchestrating some of the largest market movements in history. Alex murmured as he collected empty glasses. CNBC crews in position. I continued working on my phone, watching my father hold court near the main table. William Chen, Wall Street legend, celebrating his 60th birthday while his youngest son tapped away on an old iPhone. If he'd bothered to check the ownership structure of his recent trades, he might have noticed they all led back to Quantum Capital. "Daniel," Jennifer sighed with fake sympathy, "you could at least try to network. These people control Wall Street. People whose companies I owned, whose trades I controlled, whose futures would be shaped by what I was about to reveal." The waiters began serving the main course, carefully following Victoria's instructions to serve my corner last. The $800 per plate dinner would be cold by the time it reached me, but that was part of the performance. "Chen Financial is about to dominate electronic trading," Michael declared, champagne sloshing. "Dad's announcement will reshape markets." My phone lit up with another message, this time from our PR team. "All major financial networks aligned. Times Square billboards tested and ready." "Daniel," my father finally addressed me directly, "at least try to look professional. You're embarrassing enough as it is." I met his gaze calmly. "Oh, I'm very interested in markets tonight, Dad. In fact, I wouldn't miss the next hour's trading for anything." Jennifer sauntered over, designer heels clicking. "Still playing with your little trading algorithms? The ones Dad's tech team said would never work." "Something like that," I smiled, thinking about the quantum computing network that made traditional trading systems obsolete. The room was buzzing with anticipation. Financial reporters checked their cameras, traders huddled in groups, and my family basked in their moment of perceived triumph. "Poor Daniel," Victoria murmured to her social circle. "He could have had everything at Chen Financial. Now he can't even afford a proper phone." My phone buzzed again, a message from our execution team. "All positions ready. Preparing for synchronized selling across all major exchanges." Alex appeared beside me. "Sir, quantum systems ready. All algorithms primed." Through the ballroom's windows we could see Times Square preparing to switch. They thought they were here for a merger announcement. They had no idea they were about to witness the emergence of finance's true power. "Everyone gather round." Michael called out. "Dad's announcement will change trading history." My father stood at the microphone, confidence radiating. "Friends, family, distinguished colleagues." I pressed send on my old iPhone. Every screen in the ballroom suddenly switched to the Bloomberg terminal feed. My father's words died in his throat as his own company's stock price began to plummet. Quantum Capital revealed. Wall Street's hidden master. Daniel Chen controls $8.9 billion trading empire. Mystery force behind market movements unmasked. The silence was absolute. The silence shattered as hundreds of trading terminals began flashing red. I continued calmly working on my old iPhone as chaos erupted around the room. The Bloomberg headline was just the beginning. Quantum Capital, led by CEO Daniel Chen, emerges as the controlling force behind Wall Street's largest trading volumes, the headline screamed. The secretive firm, operating through an advanced quantum computing network, has accumulated assets worth $8.9 billion while its founder maintained a deliberate cover using outdated technology. That's impossible, Michael stammered, frantically checking his own trading terminal. The markets are crashing. Not crashing, brother. I finally looked up from my phone. Just responding to quantum capital exercising its controlling interests. Would you like to see what real algorithmic trading looks like? The ballroom screen switched to live market feeds. Major financial stocks plummeting as quantum capital's algorithms executed perfectly timed sells across all exchanges. Each price drop caused another wave of panic through the crowd. But we monitored every major trader. Jennifer's voice cracked. Your algorithms weren't even registered. Because I designed them not to be, I replied, turning my old iPhone to show its true quantum interface. Quantum capital operates through over 2,000 trading algorithms, including, I might add, Chen Financial's entire trading platform. My father stumbled forward, his usual confidence evaporating. The platform merger we're announcing won't matter, I confirmed. Quantum capital already controls 30% of daily trading volume. In fact, we execute the majority of trades for everyone in this room. The Bloomberg article continued scrolling. Quantum capital's technology includes quantum computing systems that process trades nanoseconds faster than traditional platforms, making Daniel Chen the most influential hidden force in global markets. Victoria clutched her champagne glass like a lifeline. 8.9 billion? But that would make you the most powerful trader in history, Rachel said, emerging from the crowd in an impeccable suit. And that's before we execute the rest of tonight's trades. The financial reporters in the room had recovered from their shock and were broadcasting live. In an unprecedented revelation, quantum capital has emerged as the controlling force behind Wall Street's largest trading volumes. Its founder, Daniel Chen, who his family mocked for using an outdated phone. Sir, Alex approached, now in executive attire. The Fed is calling. They're concerned about market stability. Through the windows, Times Square blazed with quantum capital's logo. The same logo Michael had mocked as something from a college project when I'd first shown it to him. All this time, Jennifer whispered, watching her husband's hedge fund stock price collapse, while we were making jokes about your old phone. I was building the future, I said quietly. Every major market movement in the past 3 years? Orchestrated by quantum capital. Those unexplainable price swings Chen Financial couldn't track? All us. Michael made one last desperate attempt. The street won't accept this. They trust traditional platforms. Do they? I raised an eyebrow, projecting another set of data. Check your trading logs against quantum capital systems. You've actually been using our technology for years. You just didn't know it. Rachel approached with a tablet. The final positions are executing. Chen Financial's stock has dropped 60% in the last 5 minutes. And speaking of positions, I continued, every Chen Financial employee will receive 2 options tomorrow. Join Quantum Capital with 10 times their current salary and equity, or accept a generous severance. Unlike some people, I believe in rewarding talent regardless of their phone model. Victoria's social climbing instincts kicked in. Daniel, darling, surely we can discuss this as family. Family. I turned to her. Like when you mocked my technology. Or when you said I couldn't afford a proper phone. The screens showed Quantum Capital's true scope. Trading algorithms that had revolutionized finance, quantum systems that had transformed markets, and technology that made traditional platforms obsolete. Tomorrow morning, I addressed the stunned room, Quantum Capital begins its public phase. Chen Financial will become a minor subsidiary, its systems upgraded, its culture completely rebuilt. My father found his voice again. You'll crash the entire market. No, Dad. I'll stabilize everything you couldn't control. While you were teaching Michael how to network, I was building the future of finance. While you were mocking my old phone, I was revolutionizing global markets. The son you thought couldn't afford an upgrade? He now controls the entire financial system. Alex appeared again. Sir, Asian markets are opening. They're requesting trading guidance. I checked my outdated phone, now displaying its true quantum interface. Tell them quantum capital's algorithms are taking control. And prepare the trading floor for tomorrow's global integration. The ballroom had become a media circus, with cameras broadcasting the transformation live across the world. Through the windows, the quantum capital logo glowed bright against the night sky, its power now unveiled for all to see. Mr. Chen, a final reporter called out, "One last question. Why maintain the old phone facade for so long?" I looked at my quantum device, thinking about the years of careful planning, the quiet accumulation of power, the patient wait for this perfect moment. Because true power doesn't need to show off, I replied. Sometimes the best way to build something extraordinary is to let others underestimate you. While they were mocking my phone, I was quietly becoming their master. As my helicopter lifted off from the building's helipad, I looked down at the transformed skyline. Sometimes the person they mock for having old technology becomes the one who controls the new. Sometimes the greatest victory comes from letting them think you're behind while you're actually light years ahead. And as for that old iPhone, I think I'll keep it. After all, some of the best trades in history were made by someone everyone underestimated, quietly building an empire while they weren't looking. The quantum waves continued to ripple through global markets, each price movement now a reminder that sometimes the most powerful person in the room is the one they thought couldn't afford an upgrade. As the news continued to break across financial markets, the headlines told the story that would reshape trading history. The quantum leap: how an outdated trader built an $8.9 billion empire. Wall Street's new king: Daniel Chen's path from old phone to market dominance. From mockery to mastery: the hidden force behind global finance. Chen Financial's offices were buzzing with activity as employees discovered their new reality. The tenfold salary increases and quantum technology access sparked celebration among the traders, while the executive floor remained eerily quiet. Michael's trading desk, the one he'd bragged about for years, was being transformed into Quantum Capital's neural network center. Jennifer's precious executive suite would become a quantum computing lab. And my father's elaborate office? The new algorithmic training facility. "Sir," Rachel reported, 100% of traders have accepted Quantum Capital's offers. Only the old executive team is hesitating. I smiled, thinking about the lessons in humility that would follow. Sometimes the best view of success isn't from the newest iPhone. It's from an old one, watching, waiting, and building something revolutionary while others are busy showing off their latest gadgets. The quantum revolution had begun, and its power would forever change the landscape of global finance.